Have you been feeling frustrated like you're ready to quit playing guitar right now forever? If so, this is for you. In this video, I'm going to talk about 3 insights that have helped keep me inspired over the years. My name's Eric Noden, and I've been playing guitar and teaching guitar professionally for over 30 years. And yes, in that time, there have been some moments where I have seriously considered quitting playing the guitar, putting it in its case, and closing the lid forever. But obviously that didn't happen, and I'm still here. So let me share these insights with you, and maybe they'll help you with your guitar journey. So insight number 1, comparison is an inspiration killer. What I mean by that is try not to compare yourself to other guitar players. A few years back, I was on tour in Australia, and I was staying with a guy who was a guitar player. He was kind enough to host me and Joe Falisco. We were playing at a local blues society, and he was hosting us at his house. He was a guitar player himself, and he was very excited to share with me some stuff he was discovering on YouTube. At one point, he's like, Eric, come over, come check this thing out. And I go over to his computer, and he's got a video of this Korean kid. I think he was about 9 years old, and he's playing note for note Eddie Van Halen, instrumentals, this crazy, stuff. Now, when you see something like that, it can make you think you should take your guitar and maybe set it on fire, right? Or you should just give up, because why bother if there's some 9-year-old kid who's probably better than you're going to be, in 10 years from now, right? So that's a really good example of don't compare yourself to other guitar players. Now, this could be even someone who started at the same time as you. You're saying, well, why aren't I as good as them now? Or someone who's been playing longer than you. Why, they're so good, I'm never going to be there. So it's very unhealthy to compare yourself in this way to other guitar players. Please don't do this. Now, what is good for inspiration is look at how far you've been. Even if you started playing guitar a couple months ago, you had to pick out a guitar. You had to buy a guitar. You had to figure out how to tune a guitar. There's all these things that have taken you from there to the point that you're at now. So take a look back and congratulate yourself on how far you've been. That should inspire you, okay? So comparison is an inspiration killer. Do not compare if possible. All right, so that's insight number 1. So insight number 2, it's the journey, not the destination. So you're always trying to learn something on guitar. You might be trying to learn a new technique. You might be trying to learn the next song you want to do. Maybe your goal is a performance. Maybe that's what you're working on. But whatever you're working on, remember that some of the greatest joy you can get from the working on it part, So instead of thinking of practicing, like I'm practicing stuff, try to think of it more like a practice, right? Like when someone does a yoga practice or something like that. Practice, when they do it, that's the thing. That's what's bringing them the most joy. So a lot of times I think guitar players mistakenly think once I learn that tune, then I'm going to experience the joy, or once I, do this performance, but wherever you get on your journey, once you get there, you're going to want to go somewhere else, so you're always working on something. You're always doing stuff. And that's where the inspiration really lies. So remember, it's the journey, not the destination. All right, I've got one more insight for you, but before I get into that, I do want to let you know I've got another video called 40 Years of Guitar Advice in 10 Minutes. I think you'll like this one as well, so I'm going to put a link for that in the description. Let's jump into insight number 3. Insight number 3 is consistency wins over intensity. So a lot of times when people get into guitar, they go for intensity. They're practicing all the time. This is their new thing. They're going to just dive into it. And that can be cool. But what I find happens a lot of times is people burn out. So they do it so heavily and so much that they can't keep that up, they can't keep that up over time. So, it's better to practice just 10 minutes a day, for 2 months than to practice for, 7 hours a day, one day, and then not practice at all for 2 months after that. So keep that in mind. Consistency is going to win over intensity. This is something I've seen in my students. All right, well, did you find this useful? Did I talk you off the ledge? Are you going to keep playing guitar? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what's going on in your world, and be sure to subscribe to this channel.